All right, our final question of tonight, and we've got a few that you guys have submitted, so thank you for that. And we'll be getting to those. We've got a great start for our next round here, for sure. Last one, we're going to talk about business cards. Do you still use printed business cards, or have you gone to a digital format? What are you guys using when someone comes up and says, "Hey, MJ, I love what you do. How can I get in touch with you?" And go.
Yeah, they love what I do. I would ask, how drunk are you?
And then base your answer on what they say from that.
Well, I always have stickers, and you know that I do stuff different. So I have a set of business cards. I have stickers on one side, business card on the other. So I make sure that they know that, so that it becomes a more than that. But right now, the trend in my world is link trees, and I've recently changed my web page. So when you go to my website, it becomes a link. It's now a link tree, but you can go in and find out more information. For those of you who don't know what a link tree is, there are different things out there, including Linktree, the website, where you're basically creating an online page where they go there. It's a picture of you, all your social. All they have to do is click on your social medias and maybe one other link or something like an email, and that's all there is. So it's kind of creating not a YouTube page, but an online web page with just your name and links to your social media. So in my world, social media means more than websites, means more than business cards, means more than anything. So if you're doing good and someone goes, "Hey, I spend a lot of time on Twitter," you can send them there. They can find the Twitter. Someone else might go, "I'm a big Instagram person. I don't spend any time on Twitter." You have your Instagram there. So it gets each person in the field that they like to go to, the social media site that they like to use. It becomes that. So that in my world is kind of bigger than cards. But again, why I choose that is that it has my website's answer on it. So they go to my website, and that first thing they have are all my social media links right up front. No other information. It's right up the front. So that's kind of what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm. Dan, what are you doing?
I still have business cards. Occasionally I get asked for them, but a lot of times it's by venues. A lot of times it's by photographers, things like that are wanting them to hand out, which is completely awesome. But I'm with MJ. I have my site on there, but my secondary address is a link tree. And that link tree is, I think it's a great opportunity. As he was saying, I think I stand a bit more from the mobile, right? Like they want to find a couple things, and it gives them a very condensed, it's going to fit on a single screen, maybe a tiny little bit of scroll depending on how many places you put it. But I've got a link to on that link tree. I've got my Mixcloud. I've got all of my socials. I've got my YouTube. I've got my web page. I've got an email. So it's all in one spot, and it's right there on the site as an easy way for them to find. And it's a free thing to set up. There is a pro version, but if you're not using this, I would take advantage of it, because as MJ said, regardless of what medium they decide to use, regardless of what is their favorite, if you've got them all, you don't have to go, "Oh, here's my Snapchat, here's my Instagram, that's what that is. You give them one place to go, and it takes it from there. And there's like a QR code version that you can also have them scan. At a wedding show, that's what I had on the paper that I handed out. Nice. I actually had that spot, so they were scanning that, and it was so much easier. So much easier with it.
So I still have the business card. That's pretty much what I'd use. I've started to work on the Linktree a little bit. Looking at what Michael has, when he's had people inquiring and asking him, they trade snaps. And I think I'm saying that properly, and I don't want to sound like the old guy, but he's using Snapchat to communicate and to connect with people, and they come up and ask him for his Snapchat. And granted, this is a younger crowd, that he is younger and they are younger, but that's how they're connecting, which is kind of interesting, because that doesn't include the Linktree or any of the other things. It's just basically going to that specific method of communication. I have had people ask about WhatsApp as far as, hey, what's your WhatsApp so I can connect with you there? Again, not asking for other things. 2 years ago, I think when we had this, it was 2 or 3 years ago, I did the Facebook Messenger video where it was the m.me/your username, and that would go directly to Messenger. That was really popular for a period of time up until about COVID hit. After that, it fell away, and I have not had the contact through Messenger like we have had in the past. But then again, younger people moving away from Facebook, and then Facebook and Messenger, and then Meta, and people don't like it, and so that time has probably run its course.
As I've always, just to drop this in here, I know we're almost done, but I've always looked at all the different social medias as billboards. So you might not live in this part of town where it's called Facebook, I have a billboard there for the people who do live in that part of town. That if someone else lives over in Instagram, there's a billboard. So this is a way to tie them into a map to wherever they live, spend time in social media. You reach them where they are instead of making them come to you. I've always said in the digital age, I shouldn't have to fit the technology. The technology should fit me. So by doing these, you're making that connection in their way, not yours.
Excellent. If you have those specific places and somebody asks for, hey, what's your Instagram handle? What's your Snap? Like you have that, so you can give them just that one. But if they're just looking for a generic, hey, how do I get a hold of you? Here you go. Right there's my link tree. You can pick whichever one works best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or make like for me, like I said, for my social media page, that's my landing page. So when you hit that landing page, that's a link tree. Click on the picture. You then go into the website with all the other information. So the first thing they hit is that, and if they don't want to go any further, they don't have to. So you could do that to your website, is just to create your own link tree on the as a landing page before they go anywhere else. But that's kind of the way it's going to keep growing. As much as people might think, oh no, it's going to get back to, it's not.
Well,
and there's going to be a lot more quicker QR codes and phone bumps to pass information.
Oh, for sure, and even when we went to that digital event years and years ago, when Jason Jones and I went to that, it was that mid 2010s or whatever it was, 2012. That was a discussion they were having, is that the websites are going to be going away and are going to be becoming that portal of sending you to the social medias. They were talking about that already then, and now here we are, 10 years later, and we're finally starting to see that really become a thing. So it's kind of interesting how that evolution has happened. Let's see. Next, Hanging with Howie will be up here in about 5 minutes. DJNTV.com/chill, and you can bounce out there. And the guys are going to be talking about things that are important to DJs, but maybe not important to the rest of the world. They'll be discussing that tomorrow night at the 9 o'clock Eastern time slot. We'll be putting in one of the streamed shows. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern, they will be in the chill room again. DJNTV.com/chill. It'll be the Tuesday night music show with Brian and Jay and Howie. They'll be on at the regular time, so you can go there while they record. Then Wednesday night, we'll get another recording, stream another recording, so you guys will be able to catch one of the shows. If you missed them in the chill room, they get recorded, or they get streamed about 10, 12 days later, so you guys won't miss them if you want to catch them. So, Dan, I think it's time to go home.
All right, we are about out of time. So thank you very much for taking your night and spending with us. Hopefully we answered your question. And if not, hopefully you put it in so that we can talk about it next month. Have yourself a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.